Hello everybody, Christopher here, back again with another episode of my Card-O-Tober series. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a series I usually do these every day from the 1st to the 31st, playing card sharks. This time, I'm giving myself a break and letting two players play for this one, and I'm going to introduce to them right now. Our first one is a member of the MBG production studio, is Mr. Eric Lima. Eric, welcome.
Hello, Chris. Great to be here.
For the folks who don't know you, why don't you tell everybody home about yourself?
Well, my name is Eric Lima. I hail from New Bedford, Massachusetts. I am a drummer. I work as an exterior housekeeper at my local mall. I am a Red Sox and Patriots fan. I'm a retro video gamer. I love anything 80s and 90s. I'm also a wrestling fan as well.
That's great. That's good to hear. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Dwayne Johnson, all time.
All right. Good luck to you, man. And
Thank you.
Our next player is the boss of MBG Productions Studios himself. We got Mr. Brandon Shrugs. Brandon, welcome.
Hi, glad to be here.
All right. For the folks that don't know you, Brandon, why don't you tell everybody home about yourself as well?
Well, if they don't know me by now, they should get to know me a little bit. But my name is Brandon. I'm from Western North Carolina. I am a table game student by day, avid YouTuber, and wrestling fan by night.
That's great. Who's your favorite wrestler?
It's hard to say because I have had many favorites over the years, but the one that kind of got me into it to start with, I was just like Eric. It happens to be The Rock.
I see. Good luck to you, Brandon. With that being said, you both ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Let's do this.
All right. Eric, do you want the left position or the right?
Give me the left position.
Okay, you're gonna get the left position. You're a man, last I checked. You tell me. You tell me, Eric. Do you want this character?
No.
Change that character. How about him?
No. Looks too.
How about him?
I'll take that one.
Oh, is this the DOS Card Sharks?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Mark.
Figured.
Brandon's not a returning champion. You're a man, last I checked. And you tell me, Brandon. Do you want this character?
That's fine.
Okay. Best 2 out of 3, guys. Best 2 out of 3. Here comes your first question, and the first question goes to Eric. Eric, we asked 100 pediatrician. Do you believe that chicken soup really can make a sick child feel better? How many said they believe chicken soup can make them feel better?
Oh boy, yeah, that'd be the consensus back in the day, and I don't know about how they feel about it today, but back then, I'm sure they would say yes. So I probably would think how many participants. I'm gonna say 65 people.
65. 65 out of the 100. Alright, Brandon, do you think that number is higher or lower than 65?
Considering how people have felt over the years about chicken soup, I think there are a few things in there that can make a child feel better, especially mainly the fact that it's just a warming sort of like comfort food that you want when you're sick.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that many people buy into it as much. I'm going to say it's just a little bit lower.
Just a little bit lower. If it's lower than 65, you get player cards. If not, Eric does. The actual number is 52. You are right, Brandon. It is lower.
No.
Well, Brandon, your card is a king.
It's a good card. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to go lower.
Lower than the king? A deuce!
Gotta go higher.
Higher than a deuce. An ace!
Lower.
Lower than the ace. Wait, not the time to see that. Oh, well. Alright, Eric, you got a free shot at the 10, but since you did not win the question, you cannot change it.
I'm gonna go with the odds and go lower.
Lower than a 10? An 8.
Ooh.
Freezing on 8 put him in a 3-card advantage against Brandon. And Brandon, you get the next question. Brandon, we asked 100 Catholic priests. In your opinion, do you believe that Catholic priests should be allowed to marry? How many said they do believe they should be allowed to marry?
Well, considering this Catholicism from like the 1980s we're looking at here, probably the mindset back then is that you wanted to dedicate yourself to your service as a man of God. So I don't think it would be as many. So I'm going to say it's more around the lines. We'll say about 33.
33. And that 33. 33 out of the 100. Eric, do you think that number is higher or lower than 33?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because this is from back then. You know, and nowadays with the Catholic priests and what's been going on, scandals and whatnot.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna have to say, let's go higher for some people. We might go higher because not too many people like that.
Alright, the actual number is 39. It is higher, Eric.
Wow, that was close.
Alright, Eric, you got the 8. Play it or change it?
Let's change that 8, please.
Changing that 8 to a 3.
Higher.
Higher than the 3? A 4.
Higher again.
Higher than the 4? A 7.
Let's go higher.
Risking it, going higher than a 7. Oh no, it's a duplicate.
Ah!
Oh, close. Alright, Brandon, you got a free shot at the king. You tell me.
Try again.
Lower than a king? A deuce.
Higher.
Higher than a deuce? An 8.
Up the middle. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna say higher.
Well, gamble higher than an 8? No, it's a 4. Alright, Eric, you get the next question. Eric, we asked 116-year-old girls, have your father ever told you to change your outfit because it was too revealing? How many said they have been told to change outfits?
I believe it's going to be a very, 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 very high number because a lot of fathers, you know, they look at their little girls and they're like porcelain and they know lots of scum guys out there. They're going to leer at them and check them out. And if they wear something revealing or skimpy, that's asking for trouble. So I'm going to say if fathers would. It's a high number,
85,
85.
okay. 85 you said, correct?
Yes, 85.
85. Okay, Brandon, do you think that number's higher or lower than 85?
I agree with what Eric said, but I think the number's gonna be just slightly lower.
Going a little bit lower. The actual number is 31. It is lower.
31? Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised it's that low.
I'm surprised at that as well. Alright, Brady, you got a chance at the king.
I like the king. We're gonna keep the king. I'm gonna go lower.
Lower than the king? A 5.
Or higher.
Higher than the 5? Another king.
Lower.
Lower than a king? A 6.
Freeze.
Freezing on the 6, putting him in a 1-card advantage against Eric. And this is a sudden death round. Someone must win on the play of the cards. And I believe, Brandon, you get the next question. Brandon, we asked 100 California policemen. When you give out a traffic ticket, who tends to argue more, men or women? How many said they think men argued more?
Considering the things here, I'm gonna have to say it's probably men are gonna end up getting some of that confrontational mode. So I'm gonna say it's probably about 68 of them do.
68 of them. Okay. Alright, Eric, do you think that number is higher or lower than 68?
Sometimes some men can be hot-headed about this situation, especially how much the ticket. It depends on how much the ticket is. Well, I may have to go a little bit lower than that.
A little bit lower. The actual number is, if it comes up anytime, 50. It is lower. Alright, Eric, you got a decision to make here. You have a 3, which you do have the right to change it if you want to, and you have to make a call from all 3 cards. However, you make one missed call, Brandon will win the first round. However, Brandon got a 6. He can't change it. You can pass it to him and hope he screws up, and if he does, you will win the first round. So, Eric, what's your call?
Since it is just the first round, so I'm going to keep the board.
Okay. And what are you going to do with the 3?
I'm going to keep the 3.
Okay.
And go higher.
Higher than 3? No, it was a duplicate, and Brandon won the first round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, Brandon. One more round, you're going to play the money cards. Eric, you're going to need to win this one to keep yourself alive and force a tie. And Eric, you get the first question. Eric, we asked 100 Australian men, did you go to church in the last week? How many said they did go to church?
Oh boy, that would be a very, very low number. I don't know if any guys would like to go to church or not. But I'm going to say 40.
40. Alright, Brandon, do you think that number is higher or lower than 40?
Well, I think that Christianity could be just as dominant religion in Australia as it would be here in the U.S. So I would say they're a church-going folk. They go to church just like anybody else. So I'm going to say the number is just a little bit higher.
Little bit higher. Alright, the number of Australian men who say they did go to church is only 11. Is not higher, is lower. Alright, Eric, you have an 8. Would you like to play it or change it?
Change that stinking card. I hate it.
You got a queen.
Lower than the queen.
Lower than the lady? A 6.
Let's go higher than the 6.
Risking the 6? Higher than a 6? No, it's a duplicate. Alright, Brennan, you got a free shot of the jack. You cannot change it. You did not win the question. What's your call on this?
I'll go lower than the jack.
Lower than the jack? A 10.
Risk it, go lower again.
Risking the 10? No, it was a jack. Speaking of Brandon, you get the next question. Brandon, we asked 100 single women. Is there one man in your life you love forever, but who you couldn't live with for a single day? How many said they have someone they love but couldn't live with?
That's an interesting question. I would think that this would apply both to men and women. That there's somebody that they absolutely they love with all their heart and being, but can't stand to be around for a single day just because of some sort of issue. Maybe. It could be any number of things, but in regards to women, I think it's maybe possibly more frequent than what you find in men. So I'm gonna say it's a mid-high range number. We're gonna say about 62.
62. Okay. Alright, Eric, do you think that number is higher or lower than 62?
I'm gonna say lower than that.
Lower than 62. The actual number is, if it comes up anytime soon, 50. It is lower. Right in the middle. Alright, Eric, you got another chance of the queen.
No, I'll keep the queen and go lower.
Lower than the queen? A 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4? A 5.
Higher again.
Higher than a 5? No, it was a deuce. Not the time to see that. Alright, Brandon, you got a free shot at the jack.
Gotta go lower.
Lower than a jack? No, it was a king. Alright, Eric, you get the next question. Eric, we asked 100 women in Nashville, would you marry a man who was not as smart as you are? How many said they would marry a man not as smart?
It's going to be a low number because if you're going to be dumb, you probably won't be able to accomplish a whole lot.
True.
And a woman wants a smart guy, a strong guy as well. But so I'm going to have to say a low number. I'm going to say 35 on this one.
35 out of the hundreds. Alright, Brendan, you think that number is higher or lower than 35?
I'll probably have to say lower on that one.
Going a little bit lower there. Alright, the actual number is 32. You're right, just lower by 3. Alright, Brendan, you got a chance at the jack. Do I need to ask the question?
Yes, change it.
Oh, changing it. Bold move there. You got a 5.
I'll go higher.
Higher than a 5? No, it was a duplicate. What is with the duplicates today? Alright, Eric, you got a free shot at the queen. Since you did not win the question, you cannot change it.
I got no problem with that because I like the queen. Let's go lower.
Low. There we go. Lower than a queen. A 4.
Let's go higher than the 4.
Higher than the 4. A 9.
Let's freeze on the 9.
Freezing on the 9. Put him in a 2-card advantage away from Brandon. And this is a sudden death round. Someone must win on the play of the cards. And Brandon, you get the next question. Brandon, we asked 100 female MD general practitioners. Is your doctor also a woman? What kind of question is that? I have no clue. How many said they have a female doctor?
The question here is they're talking to female doctors and they're asking, is their personal physician that they use to get health checkups also a woman?
Mm-hmm.
I would think women are more comfortable with other women around them, so I'd say probably a high number. I'm going to say about 78.
78, okay. Okay, stop there. Stop there. Thank you. Alright. Alright, Eric, do you think that number is higher or lower than 78?
I'm going to go a
A little
little bit lower than that.
bit lower. Okay. Then the actual number is only 11. It is lower. I'm shocked on this too. Alright, Eric. Decision time. You have a 9. You have the right to change it if you want to, but you have to call all 2 of the cards to force a tie. If you mess up, Brandon will win. The second round will go to play the money card. However, Brandon got a 5. He can't change it. If you pass it to him, and if he screws up, you will win this round. We'll go to a tie game. So, Eric, what's your call on this?
I'm going to pass that to Brandon.
Okay, then. Alright, Brandon. Win this, sweep the board, and you'll go to play the money card. You got a 5.
Higher.
Higher than a 5? An ace!
Lower.
Lower than the ace? A 6.
Higher.
Higher than a 6? A queen?
Lower.
To win the match, go to play the money cards is an 8, and Brandon has won the game.
Oh,
Good
man.
game, Eric, sir.
Good game.
Alright, Brandon, congratulations. You have won the round. Now you're gonna play the money cards for a chance at $32,000. You can call the cards all around. You can only change the card for each row only. Now, as I said before, there no push rule doesn't happen on this version, so I'd be careful with that if I were you. But anyways, let's get right into it. Let's give Brandon $200, and your first card is a jack.
I'll keep the jack, and I'll bet $50 lower.
$50 lower than the jack? A 4.
Alright, $200 higher.
Okay, make a conservative bet on this one. $200 higher than the 4? An ace!
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
We're gonna keep the ace, we're gonna bet it all lower.
Come on, let's not see another ace today. Lower than the ace? Another 4. Alright, you got that. We move that up to the second row, give you an extra $400. You got $1,300 with the 4.
Alright, I will bet $300. It's gonna be higher.
Hang on. What the heck? Oops. Oh, sorry. I did not realize. Okay, so his bet was $300, correct?
Yeah, $300 higher.
$300 higher than the 4? A 9.
Okay, I'm gonna change that 9 with card number 2, please.
Card number 2, chasing that 9 too? Another 4.
Hell. Only got 1 4 left in the deck, so to keep that in mind, I'm gonna go $600 higher.
Okay. $600 higher than the 4? A jack.
Can't change it now, so we'll go $300 lower.
$300 lower than the jack. You got a 6. Move that up. You got $2,500. You must bet at least yeah, if I can do some math here on this.
$12.50.
Thank you, Eric. You got a 6. $12.50. Thank you. You must bet at least $12.50 if you decide to play the 6. And what's your call on this one?
I'm gonna change that 6 first with card number 3, please.
Card number 3, chasing that 6 too. Come on, blue card. A cowboy king.
Let's go for it. Betting it all lower.
Come on, let's not see an ace or another king. For potentially $5,000. Lower than a king? Yes, a queen. Well done. $5,000 is yours, Brandon. Congratulations. And that, folks, is gonna wrap it up for tonight's episode of my Card-O-Tober series. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you like this episode, be sure to comment down below. Subscribe to my channel, get me up to 1,000 subscribers anytime soon. And if Eric Eric has a YouTube channel, do you, Eric?
Yes, I do. I have 2 YouTube channels. One's under my real name, Eric Lima, and my other one is EML77TV. So check those channels out.
Yeah, be sure to subscribe to Eric for more of his some of his content, and most importantly, be sure to subscribe to Brandon's channel, which is the MBG Productions channel, for more of his awesome content that you are waiting to check out. With that being said, that's going to wrap it up for tonight's episode of my Card-O-Tober series. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight's episode of my Card-O-Tober series. See you guys tomorrow for day 15. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.